I'm back for double duty today. It's going on 4. Getting close to happy hour. Yeah. Anyways, starting off with a portion of a video from Northern Perspective. I'm sorry, guys. I screwed up your name in the last video. Everybody, please, especially if you're conservative, please give these guys a follow and a like and share what they do. Great podcast, great news source, really. Anyways, let's get right into it. I'm not showing the whole thing because the first part of the video was about Mark Carney calling Danielle Smith stupid, but what I wanted to get on to was the second half of the video, talking about the F-13 delay and what the government plans on doing to procure the jets. Here we go.
Or the parliamentary secretary. Mark Carney keeps creating these titles like, you know, they're candy. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to me. Listen to this person.
I want to just start off quickly, just talking about, there was again a comment made by Ambassador Hoekstra to CBC that if Canada doesn't buy the F-35s, that the U.S. will then have to pick up the slack and fly their F-35s in Canadian airspace to intercept any potential threats. So if I can talk to General Spicer Blanchette as to her position on can we maintain our sovereign control of airspace without F-35s?
Simple question.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair. So I would offer that Canadian presence in NORAD absolutely reduces the risk and increases Canada's autonomy and ability to defend itself. The F-35 is one of the capabilities that Canada has decided to procure, in addition to several others that are part of an overall system of integrated air and missile defense that will ultimately strengthen Canada's ability to
So the F-35, though, would be the most interoperable from the fighter jet platform requirement that we would have, and would be the best one to put Canadian pilots in to protect themselves and protect Canada?
So the F-35 is the only fifth-generation advanced technology fighter aircraft available to Canada, and was selected in the competition that was conducted by the Government of Canada. And it is the only one at this moment that can meet all of the most advanced adversary threats that we are seeing that are being promulgated and advanced technologically from Russia and from China. The F-35 was selected due to advanced stealth capabilities, data sensor fusion, and increased lethality. So it has, with its advanced radars and detection systems, the ability to remain undetected and see further distances, to essentially engage before being detected, and also to integrate massive amounts of information from the battle space through the cockpit and be able to I guess, think more in terms of doing a lot of those calculations for the pilot. And all of these things have led to the F-35 being selected and being what would be necessary against adversary fifth-generation threats.
Ladies and gentlemen, this committee meeting, as noted, was January of 2026. So this is a current general in the Canadian Air Force, and she is there talking about this is why we need it. Some people out there will say, well, you know, the Gripen's faster and it can land on a road if needed. Okay? You know how many roads are in the Arctic? Not many. If they did land on a road, you know what a pain in the butt it would actually be to actually get equipment out there to service it? And they'll say, well, you know, it's too cold. Okay. Tell that to the Americans that are running the F-35s out of Alaska. Tell them that. I'm sure they would be interested to hear that the cold is a problem for the F-35 as they're flying out of Alaska. So this is the point. And this is where it makes a lot of sense to me. So number one, the F-35 slots into the North American defense strategy and North American defense system under NORAD. And the computer systems that are on the F-35, they are designed not just to look at their own sensors and provide information to the pilot. It takes information from aerial reconnaissance, from naval reconnaissance, and it takes all of that information and incorporates that into the intelligence it's providing the pilot. Gripen doesn't do that. So when people are trying to say, well, one-on-one, you know, the Gripen can outperform the F-35 because of its speed and well, okay. What good is speed if you can't see the target? And this is the issue. And this is why the F-35 performs far better. Well, you know, the Gripen has better range. What's the point if you can't see the target? This is the issue. And what's the point when you have one aircraft that is taking intelligence from virtually every single military asset in the operating theater and aggregating that for the pilot versus the fourth generation fighter that does not? And the general even says, we need to be going up against Russia and China. And people are talking about using fourth generation fighters to do that, when they're going to be having their own fifth generation fighters coming at us. I don't think that's a wise idea. So when Mark Carney talks about operational requirements and his secretary to the Minister of Defense is saying, well, you know, it's under review. The review's over. The RCAF have drawn up their requirements. They've said this is what they need. The decision has been made on what they need. It's been made back in 2021. It was made by Justin Trudeau in 2023. And it's been made now. They're already in the process of outfitting all of their bases around the country to actually receive the F-35. So, can we get this government and the Liberals out of the way that have just been waiting, and the cost is going up for the F-35 as we keep going? We could have had this at a fraction of the price. But we've waited so long, and we're continuing to wait, that the price is just escalating to the point where it's going to be costing billions of dollars more, tens of billions of dollars more than if we had purchased them in the first place. So, the decision's been made. Stop cozying up to your European buddies. Stop making this about politics and start making this about the only thing that should be important: operational requirements and protecting the Canadians actually using the hardware. Get it done.
Moving on. This is a video from Parliament with my MP, Jacob Mantle. Here we go.
Honourable member for York Durham.
To describe a gullible listener, we used to say, I've got some swampland in Florida for you. But thanks to the Minister of Defence, now we can say a Canadian version. I've got a gravel pit in Nova Scotia for you. At a low cost of just $200 million, the Liberals are trying to build a spaceport. The problem is the company that's leasing it is paying just $13,000, and construction will only cost $70 million. So if the construction is $70 million and the lease is only
Oh, come on, Internet.
$13,000, why are Canadians forking out $200 million?
The Honourable Minister of National
Oh, come on, let's back it up.
Defence.
Let's back it up. Sorry, folks. This was working the first time I watched it.
$13,000, why are Canadians forking out $200 million?
The Honourable Minister of National Defence.
Mr. Speaker, really good news. Today we announce our commitment to procure the Global Eye SAB's Airborne Early Warning Control aircraft platform. This investment will open new opportunities for Canadian workers, and it's projected to create 3,000 jobs. in the Canadian aerospace and defense sector, Mr. Speaker. This is going to be a key resource for the Canadian Armed Forces to enhance our North American security by detecting and deterring threats across the Arctic and beyond. Mr. Speaker, we're just getting started.
The honourable member.
I hate it when I'm right beside the freaking internet and it's flashing. What's going on? The weather's nice. Well, either way, that guy did not answer the question about the space port. Let's see if it clears up here.
The honourable member for York. Wait! I can't hear the honourable member. The honourable member for York Durham.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague begged the Liberals to try and have some respect for this place and answer the questions. But that's the essence of the scam. And
we're back. I tried to restart it from where we left off there. Sorry, folks.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague begged the Liberals to try and have some respect for this place and answer the questions. But that's the
Alright, the hell with it. Done.
essence of the scam. It's just illusions. The Liberals have
It's just not working.
figured out how to turn a gravel pit into a money pit. It's more...
Anywho, we're gonna move on and see if this next video works. Liberals have never met a tax they didn't like. Here we go. Melissa Landsman.
One important news flash that I think Canadians ought to know is that the message is this: get ready for another Liberal tax. That's it. The government has already taxed your gas, and they've taxed your groceries, and they've taxed your capital gains, and God knows they've taxed your income. And now they're coming for your Netflix. That's really what today's about. The Liberal-appointed CRTC, an unelected, unaccountable body which regulates streaming services and digital content in this country, just mandated that companies like Netflix, like Disney Plus, like Prime Video fork over 15% of revenues to Ottawa. And that's a 200% increase from where they were. So if you're watching at home, let's put just a number on this and what it means for families. So Netflix alone earns about $1.5 billion annually from Canadian subscribers. 15% of that is 225 million, and then passed on to consumers, that'll be potentially $3 or $4 every.
Here, let's pause it for a sec. I don't know what's going on. I already watched these videos. I pre-watched them before I come on here, and everything was working fine. My internet is flickering. I don't even know what's going on. I don't get it. We'll try it again.
Every single month per household, on top of everything else the Canadians pay. And that might not sound like a lot of money, but that's exactly where that tax that Ottawa's collecting is going to go, directly to the consumer. So $4 a month, that's $50 a year. We know what happens when this Liberal government levies taxes on corporations. They simply get passed on to consumers. It's never the minister that pays them. It's never the government that pays them. It's always the consumer. And anybody who says that's not the case certainly just hasn't been here in the last 10 years. The last thing that Canadians need right now is more taxes. And on this side of the House, we will always advocate to get rid of every single one of them. One important news flash that I think Canadians ought to know is that the message is this:
Anyways, moving on. I think I might have solved the issue with what's going on with my computer. I had a bunch of stuff running. One program was really eating up a lot of the CPU, so that might be causing some issues. Let's give her Brian Lilly with Doug Ford here. Oh, for crying out loud, church. Get it right. Helps if I put the sound on, doesn't it? Oh, why did I decide to do 2 shows today? One was brutal enough. I better take Friday off. Alright, here we go. From the Sun. What in the blazes is going on? This is ponderous. The sound's on. I already watched this. Ah! And I'm back with the bloody problem solver. Cheers to all my fellow hard-working Canadians and Earthlings. Okay. All right. I got it working now. Got it working. I think this has just got to be an early episode. A short one. All right, let's go. And here we go. Amen.
Friday, you said that a court decision in Kitchener to allow a homeless encampment that is in the way of a construction project to continue to be in there is ridiculous, and that
Beyond
this shouldn't
ridiculous.
happen. Yeah, but you could take this matter on your own hands if you were willing to pass legislation invoking the notwithstanding clause to clear the encampments. So what happened to that? Are you going to do this? Yes or no?
So this judge, she slipped off the cracker with this guy. Okay, and I have the utmost respect for judges and the courts. Let me qualify that. But when you get some crazy decision that I've had lawyers, I've had mayors from other cities call me. I've had the existing mayors within Waterloo region, the chair calling me. And so, folks, this is what it was. I'm going to just cut to the chase. There's roughly 30 homeless people that want to encamp in the middle of a transit build that will be spending hundreds of millions of dollars building a GO train expansion and all sorts of development and thousands of new homes. And we're letting 30 people trump millions and millions of transit riders and thousands of people that want homes. And the judge is saying, well, they just have to stay there. You can't move them. You've got to be kidding. Like, you've got to be kidding. This is the reason they put in a notwithstanding clause, Section 33 of the Constitution, because you get these judges that just, I'm sorry, the guy's a few fries short of a Happy Meal and he just doesn't get it. These just ridiculous decisions. They're accountable to anyone. I'm accountable to every single person.
Like
everyone in
buying a
this
jet?
province is accountable to someone. But guess who's not accountable? These lifelong judges that can't be touched. No one can touch them. They can come up with radical decisions that is totally against what the people want. Over 30 people, and I've talked to businesses, they're being harassed by these homeless people every single day. They have to lock their doors during the day because they'll come in and try to take something. Last homeless place I went up to Barrie, there's a guy with $12,000. There was 2 dead bodies. They had feces and urinating everywhere. And there was rat-infested place. And the mayor got up there and cleared them out. This is a health issue. And something, we're putting billions of dollars in for homelessness, but you can't let 30 people decide for millions and millions of people. Another crazy decision by the courts. We're going to deal with it. Hopefully the region's going to appeal it. We'll intervene, and then stay tuned, because that's the reason they have Section 33 notwithstanding clause, because of crazy decisions like this one.
Right, sorry, but again, can you just clarify if you're going to pass this legislation to use
Well,
the
let's just see.
clause or not?
Let's go through the proper process. I'm going to give the courts another shot here. We're going to appeal it, right? Hopefully the region's going to appeal it. We'll be there with them.
Is this still...
And then if they come up with another radical decision, that's the reason many premiers well before me when they're putting making changes to the Constitution, this is one of the ones they demanded to be in there. So this isn't the first crazy decision. It won't be the last one. And speaking of decisions, I'm waiting for the bike lanes. We've been fiddling around with this thing for forever. Yeah, it is. I know. I caught myself there. But come on, make a decision. One way or another, then I can make a decision.
Just to be clear, Premier, are you so if you lose the appeal, are you going to pass legislation to invoke the not?
And I just said, stay tuned after we do the appeal.
You know, I've said it on here before, and I'll say it again. I really have a love-hate relationship with that Doug Ford. Just kind of like I did with his brother. You know, for every good thing he does or says, turns around and does something stupid that nobody wants. And then he turns around and does something good again. And then he turns around and does something stupid again. But he is interesting to watch. I'll give him that. And he has aspirations, no doubt about it, that he wants to be Prime Minister one day. I have no idea what that would be. A hell of a shit show, people. I just that really would be a shit show. And real quick, while we're talking about Doug Ford, Ford's not buying in. The Premier joins court challenge to block Carney's gun buyback program. I'm all for that. Again, something good that Ford's doing. I think it's total BS about the guns. Get rid of the illegal guns. Get rid of the criminals. Keep them in jail. Next up, I'd like to share Miss Jasmine Lane's post. Stop clapping for people who want you to be proud of being mediocre. Canada has every ingredient to be a superpower. Dear Canada, we aren't being held back by America. We're being held back by Canadians who got very comfortable telling us we're being held back by America. Our own Prime Minister proudly went up on stage calling us middle power. Canada, the second largest country on earth, third largest oil reserves, largest freshwater supply in the world, Arctic sovereignty over territory the entire world is about to want desperately, G7 economy, educated, neighbors with the largest economy on earth. And Canadians clapped. They clapped like he said something inspiring. We have every ingredient to be ungovernable in the best possible way. To be the country the world needs, to be the partner America respects, Europe envies, and China can't afford to cross. Instead, we're clapping for middle. Until Canadians get half as angry about sold small as they get about a Trump post, nothing changes. Stop clapping for people who don't believe in your potential, who stifle your growth, and who don't want you to figure out what we could be if they actually tried. And we're back. And lo and behold, look who I found. Stanley Roper time. Alright. Just doing a couple of quick ones. Alrighty. You ready, folks? Here we go. Her. When you said you were a magician in the bedroom, this isn't what I had in mind. Me. Is this your card or not? I kind of like that one. Oh, I need to get out in the sun again. This is so stupid. I'm stupid. Have you figured that one out yet? Oh, I think the stupider I get, the better off I am. I think so. I think I should just stop doing podcasts and just watch cartoons and play with my action figures. Right? I'm 52. I'm only going to live like maybe 20 years. Just have some fun, be senile. What am I trying to accomplish with this anyways? Anyways, last joke. Me. Connor's goldfish died. What should I do? Wife. Flush him down the toilet. Me. Okay, but what should I... I can't get through this. I ruined it. I ruined it now. Okay, I'll start this over again. Okay. Take it from the top. Me. Connor's goldfish died. What should I do? Wife. Flush him down the toilet. Me. Okay, but what should I do with the fish? I don't know why I like that one. This is stupid. I'm punch drunk. I guess maybe I should get up early every day and just be stupid. Anyways. Thanks for watching 2 episodes today. Good Lord help me. Anyways, let's get rid of Stanley here. Oh, let's keep him up. Tinkerbell. Woo. Can't even do that today. Oh my goodness. I'm probably offending everyone right now with that picture. I didn't even think about it. Whatever. Cancel me. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share, leave some comments. Tell me if you like anything. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Content for the show, you know how to get in touch with me. And thank you. You've been a dynamite audience, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Alrighty. Let's pull up the end here. Oh, almost a half hour again. Anyways, thanks again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless and all that jazz.